This is the best performing asset the world has ever seen. It is up 6 million%. Since we first put it on Real Vision in 2014, it's up 380,000%.
Wow.
Peter,
Bitcoin is up 40% in the last few weeks. So obviously, everything looks like a valley when you're up on this hill.
Question is, has Bitcoin performed very well over its lifetime? The answer is provably, mathematically, yes. That's okay. Doesn't mean you have to like it. Doesn't mean you have to like it, but it's provenly gone up more than any other asset. It's been around 14 years. We've gone through 4 cycles where it's gone down 90%, and it still is the best performing asset.
The cryptocurrency market is now on the verge of a massive bull market, which, by all early indications, looks like it will be one for the history books. In the past month alone, Bitcoin is up by over $23,000, a 46.91% increase in 30 days, and over 200% in the past year. Comparatively, despite being at all-time highs, the S&P 500 is only up by 34% in the past year, and gold is up by a massive 11.32% in the past year. All three are trading at all-time highs, yet Bitcoin easily outshines with several months left in the bull market to widen the gap. It is therefore expected and understandable that Bitcoin critics are frothy. Cycle after cycle, the leading cryptocurrency manages to dash their expectations and destroy all their talking points, one after the other. Yet, one critic remains adamant in his repeated criticism of Bitcoin. Peter Schiff is a popular gold bug, and though Schiff has been a Bitcoin critic for ages, the success of the spot Bitcoin ETFs has struck a raw nerve in his gold-loving body. Since the Bitcoin ETFs launched, gold ETFs have been experiencing massive outflows, but not as much as the tears Schiff has shed on Twitter since January. To finally lay the issue to rest, Schiff agreed to debate Real Vision founder and CEO Raoul about the supremacy of Bitcoin or gold. Schiff's ideas are old-fashioned and ignorant, as usual, but as he speaks further, it becomes glaring that most of his words are more a result of jealousy and bitterness than actual ignorance. We will now bring you clips from the debate between Pal and Schiff from the Bilyeu YouTube channel. A little warning, you need to survive the first minutes of Schiff's bitterness and stinkingly ignorant argument against Bitcoin. But if you do survive those few minutes, Pal's rebuttal is really worth the wait. The entire 3-hour debate is linked in the description box. Be sure to check it out as well. Before we dive right in, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
So I think there's a lot of inflation, and so it is a problem that you need to deal with. But I don't think the solution is to invent a make-believe asset and then all pretend that that make-believe asset has value because of some artificially imposed constraint on supply, and ignore the fact that there's an unlimited number of other cryptocurrencies that exist that, for most practical purposes are actually better than Bitcoin. They're cheaper to use, they're faster to use, to the extent that you want to use Bitcoin, which nobody does because it's not a very good cryptocurrency. It's certainly not a store of value, but it's not a good medium of exchange or unit of account. There are plenty of other cryptos that actually fit that bill better to the extent that somebody wanted to use them for that purpose, but they don't. Everybody uses a crypto to gamble. That's the main use case. And in fact, that's what's happening now with these ETFs. The ETFs have simply provided yet another way to gamble on Bitcoin. And it's ironic. Now you have all these people buying Bitcoin through a third-party custodian who's charging a fee. You're getting everybody back into the very financial system that they were supposed to be leaving. And I keep hearing these people on television say, well, it's so hard to buy Bitcoin. It's so difficult. And this makes it easy. Now everybody can buy it. I thought everybody could buy it before. The beauty of Bitcoin was supposed to be it was so simple and easy. You didn't need a third party. You didn't need a custodian. You didn't need storage charges. So it's all they're doing is now trying to convince Wall Street to buy this asset, which has no fundamental value, has no income, has no earnings, no nothing. But as long as we keep buying it and nobody sells it, well, the price will keep going up, and we can all operate under the delusion that we're getting rich as long as nobody tries to get out. I wanted to say, it's not like I'm anti-crypto or I don't see value in crypto. It depends on what you're talking about. So if you're talking about blockchain, if you're talking about the potential to use a cryptocurrency actually as a medium of exchange and a unit of account, which would mean it would be tied to something with value, a stable coin. Obviously, if you tie it to something like the dollar or the euro, you don't have the real long-term store value. You don't have an inflation hedge, but you do have a medium of exchange. You have a unit of account. I think the ideal marriage is between gold and blockchain. If you tokenize gold and put it on a blockchain, you can have a medium of exchange and a unit of account, but you actually have a real store of value. You have something that is a superior monetary instrument to any of the fiat currencies that are out there. And it's far superior to Bitcoin, because once you tokenize gold and put it on a blockchain, the transactions are faster and cheaper than the transactions with Bitcoin, but you have a real commodity that can store value. See, when people try to say, well, Bitcoin is, it doesn't work as a currency, but it's a great store of value, it's a lousy store of value because there's no value. You have to have value before you can store value. Bitcoin has a price, and people confuse price with value. You can put a price on anything. It doesn't mean it has any value. It just means that somebody wants to buy it. But they may want to buy it for all sorts of reasons. People want to buy Bitcoin because they think it's going to keep going up. It's the greater fool theory. I'm going to buy it because somebody else will buy it and pay more. But that doesn't work. Eventually, it collapses, and you can't store price. You can store value, and sometimes price can be very low, and there can be good buying opportunities. You can get a good deal if something of value has a low price because of the market at that moment. But Bitcoin only has price. It has no value, and so it can't be a store of value.
Schiff is a brilliant economist, and like every gold bug, gets the first part of the equation. He understands that the fiat monetary system is on the last rung of the ladder and about to tilt into oblivion. The entire financial system is crumbling, and central banks, with their constant money printing, are pushing us closer and closer to the end. Schiff also understands that the inflation battle is all but lost. The United States debt is growing by $1 trillion every 100 days, the big T in a little over 100 days, and about $10 billion every day. This is in no way sustainable, and Schiff gets it. What he does not get is that gold is not the future of our monetary system. As renowned macro analyst Lynn Alden argues in her book Broken Money, almost every part of our lives has been vastly improved by technology. Medicine, education, warfare, you name it, many fields have been completely revolutionized, with the very painful exception of our monetary system. That changed about 15 years ago, but people like Schiff have refused to let go of the old days. Let's get back to the debate.
Peter's absolutely right. We've memed a $1 trillion currency into existence. We've memed it. It's just human narrative. But guess what? So's gold. So is everything that we do, including religion. Everything is a meme. So memetics rule the entire way that humans understand the world around them. And because we believe something to be true, it is true to us. So we believe that this digital asset that is scarce is valuable. Bitcoin itself is because we believe it to be true. It has the sorts of properties that we as humans think of as holding value, as does gold. Certain other things don't. Paper physically doesn't, right? Even paper money, but paper itself, it destroys. Copper over time destroys. Silver over time erodes. But gold doesn't. So gold has this long-term value. In a digital world, those properties have been mimicked, but even honed down to a way that everything is knowable. In gold, well, when the price is high enough, the gold price becomes cyclical because the miners will find new ways of getting gold out of the ground. And so supply adjusts and brings down price, which is fine. In Bitcoin, you can't do it. So it's really a function of demand in everything in Bitcoin. So it's the function of how many people believe this to be true, that this asset has value. And when you go back and say, well, people shouldn't do this, nobody has the right to tell people what they should or should not do. This is the best performing asset the world has ever seen. It is up 6 million %. Since we first put it on Real Vision in 2014, it's up 380,000%.
Wow. If Bitcoin is 1,000 10 years from now, you could still make the argument it's the best performing asset in the world if you want to start from that point in time. So it doesn't matter. The people didn't own it when it was pennies.
That's a little bit disingenuous because it actually is the best performing asset in the world on a 10-year, 5-year, 4-year, 3-year, 2-year, 1-year basis.
Well, it can't be on a 3-year basis because it's about unchanged, right? It was at 6. It was over. It's record
You're
high.
taking
Still about 3
the
years
all-time high as the yardstick, right? 3 years ago was March 2021. It was much lower.
Well, when did it hit 60, 65, 69,000? When was that?
Like November 2021.
All right, so from that point, but yeah, I mean,
okay,
it
so
just
we can
made
take
a big rally.
Peter,
Bitcoin is up 40% in the last few weeks. So obviously, everything looks like a valley when you're up on this hill.
Question is, has Bitcoin performed very well over its lifetime? The answer is provably, mathematically, yes. That's okay. Doesn't mean you have to like it. Doesn't mean you have to like it, but it's provenly gone up more than any other asset.
Look, let's see what happens when the people who own it want to get rid of it and do something with it.
It's been around
Peter.
It's been around 14 years. We've gone through 4 cycles where it's gone down 90%, and it still is the best performing asset. So your oh my God scenario goes down 90%. I've gone through 3 of those myself.
Schiff's entire argument against Bitcoin is predicated on it going down to 0 someday. He has been consoling himself with the fact that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies experience significant drawdowns during bear markets and is patiently waiting for the day when Bitcoin's price will fall during a bear market and stay down forever. It's like the popular "Grandma, it's time for bed" meme. Schiff has been waiting for Bitcoin's fatal crash since 2013, when he was urging people to ignore Bitcoin at less than $100 for gold at $1,700. 11 years later, gold is still below $2,200, while Bitcoin is above $72,000. In 10 to 20 years, the gold bug will still be using the same arguments, waiting for Bitcoin's price to crash and never rise again. Please share your thoughts on Schiff's and Pal's debate in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.